sinking and suffocating. The walls are crumbling from within me. Something's best left unspoken, and still this truth has broken me. I can't believe it's true, no one to blame but you. Fateless and feeling lonely, no tears for this, I'll only cry to someone else the lie that there's no one else. The story only time will tell. I'm trapped inside a wishing well, living as a ghost in my own hell. I'm trapped inside a wishing well. Enforce the years of hatred for everything I know to be the part of me. Too many prayers unanswered, too many questions seen as sin. Just quietly giving, well, I never will again. Story only time will tell. I'm trapped inside a wishing well, living as a ghost in my own hell. I'm trapped inside a wishing well. Oh. Just quietly giving, well, I never will again. Story all the time, all time. I'm trapped inside a wishing well, living as a ghost in my own hell. I'm trapped inside a wishing well. Story only time will tell. I'm trapped inside a wishing well, living as a ghost in my own hell. I'm trapped inside a wishing well. That was Wishing Well by Ben Moody, and I played it straight from the charts of the Morristown UCham. So take the link in the video description, download the free ukulele song sheet, grab your own ukulele, and you can play right along with this video. And if you'll be anywhere near Morristown, New Jersey, come out and play with us. Now in a moment I'm going to do a tutorial of everything I just played, and at the very end I'll do a slow motion close-up play along that you might find helpful. But first, hey, if you like the video, please like the video with a thumbs up. If you want lots more, subscribe to our YouTube channel. If you want hundreds more free downloadable ukulele song sheets, each with a link to its own free video tutorial and play along, then check out our Dropbox and then come play with us. What is wrong with this? Oh well. And come play with us. All right. Here. There we go. Get myself dressed properly. Okay. All right. The chords themselves, 5 chords in this song. That's it. I didn't even use alternate variations of them, or well, okay, 6 chords. 6 chords, but that's it. And in fact, the ones that are in bright red, you can ignore if you want. If you're a beginner and you really want to play this song, you can ignore the bright red chords if you want. They're kind of segue chords and a little harder. But so, all right, first, before the arpeggios, I'm going to go over the chord transitions. You can play this with no fancy right hand. You can. I did some arpeggios and I did some chucking and some strumming. This is what the basic version would, a beginner version of this would sound like. Sinking and suffocating, the walls are closing from Something's best left unspoken, and still this truth has broken me. I can't believe it's true, no one to blame but you. Okay, now all I did was I emphasized the first downstroke of the whole measure, and then I paused. Not at all, I didn't pause. Very persistent and even. It was just, that's it. By the way, to make that first one stronger, I'm making sure I'm using all of my fingernails. I'm going down with all of my fingers. It just makes it sound a little fuller, whereas the rest of it, I'm really just using one or two fingers. But then the whole crowd comes in on that one, all right? So you can play the entire song that way if you want. I'm going to go over in a moment, I'm going to go over the chord transitions right now, because if you're a beginner, and then you don't care about that extra stuff. So here we go. A minor, one of the easiest chords we've got, right? So from A minor, we switch to an E, back to an A minor. Okay, but then in the verse, an F, not an E. So from A minor, I just drop one finger, and I've got my F. And then I pick it up again, and I start the verse. Sinking and suffocating within me. Now, E being either the hardest or second hardest chord. Those are the only two, really hard chords in the song. But a lot of people have trouble with an E. What I would suggest is from the F, you already have your middle finger on the right string, right? It's going to stay glued to that string. It's going to slide up 2 frets. The rest of your hand kind of follows along with your middle finger there, right? That's how I do it. And then slide that middle finger back down again. It stays stuck to that spot, I believe, the entire song. I believe the middle finger stays right on that string. Never picks it up. Never moves to another string. I think that's true. So, within me, something's best left unspoken, still this truth has broken me. Can't. Now here's what I did. That E augmented. Just your index finger. Just kind of twist a little, squeeze it in. True. I lied already. So I picked up that finger. All right. No one to blame but you. Okay. Now, that's about it. I'm going to go over the arpeggio first. Well, I'll go over each part of the song and the way I did it. So, normally with arpeggios, I don't need my pinky because I only have 4 strings, and I assign my 4 strong strings, my 4 strong fingers. I assign 1 to each string, and it stays there, and that's its assignment, right? That's why I know which finger should pluck this string, because my fingers are there. This one I found much easier using my 2 strongest and most coordinated fingers and my thumb. So my thumb is on the bass line. Yes, I have a low G ukulele. My dog has fleas versus a high G. My dog has fleas. Okay, yes I do. It'll still sound good if you're playing it on a high G. It'll sound a bit different, but it'll still sound good. And this won't be the bass line, right? It'll be higher. It'll sound like this. Still sound very pretty. Okay, so what I'm doing though, I'm using these two to go back and forth between these 2 strings, right? Instead of 3 like this, because that would require me to use these 2 to be going back and forth quickly and evenly like that, and by the end of the song I'd probably get tired. I use my strong 2 fingers. Thumb on the bass line, the fourth string counting from the floor, and then these 2 fingers on the 2 strings closest to the floor. So, by the way, second string from the floor, that's the E string, always open in this arpeggio. I'm leaving it there. Excuse me, that's not true. When I change to an F, it's on the 1st fret, but here it stays open and I'm moving these fingers around. That's it. I'm just putting my ring finger and my middle finger down on the different frets. 3 times for an intro. And then my right hand continues doing the same thing, but I switch to an F, which means I have to use my weaker fingers too. Now, you can do that. You can just stay middle finger on there and do the A minor from there too. In fact, later on I do that. But for this, in the intro, I don't know why, I just wanted to use my strongest fingers, and so I jumped quickly, right? And then to an F. And back. Okay, so that's the start, and then I switch to plucking when I go off of that A minor. So, sinking and suffocating, the walls are... Ooh, I do a little bit different too. The walls are... I go up to the 5th fret. Crumbling from within. So it's the... I'm going along with the melody. And then it's F and E. So that's the start of each verse. Sunken and suffocating, the walls are crumbling from within. And then plucking. Me. So I'm not, I suppose you can call it an arpeggio, but I'm not really worried about the style of the arpeggio. I'm starting with, every time I'm changing a chord, I'm plucking all 4 strings. And by the way, I had to conscientiously pluck lightly. Otherwise, it's so much louder than the arpeggio that it seems imbalanced. So, me, and then I pluck it once more and go back to the arpeggio. And still this truth has broken me. I can't believe it's true. No one to blame but you. Okay, now the chorus, I do what I call split strumming. I don't know if anybody else has a name for it. I don't really see other people doing it, which is silly because it sounds cool and it's not hard. I call it split strumming because I come up in 2 pieces. See how my thumb is 1 piece coming up on the strings, and a couple fingers, 1 or 2, are coming up at a later time. Instead of just, you normally use either a thumb. Some people strum with their thumb or their fingers. I'm using both separately. That's how it goes, right? Just like that, and I'm chucking. Sorry. Story only time will tell. That's how I'm doing it. So first a split, then a chuck, and then I just drum, and then split. And then back to the arpeggios. Okay, now then the last column of this song sheet, I started doing the split strumming with the figure style, meaning, sorry, which I think sounds really cool. And if you can do the arpeggios, the split strumming, this is actually easier. It's easier than the arpeggios. Because all I'm doing is I'm doing the same thing with my left hand, and I just keep the split strum up, and it, like I said, I think it sounds pretty cool. So that for the A minor is the same. F is the same as the arpeggios. And then for the G, you want to hear this. So it's, right? I got the G, and I'm just drop my pinky, flatten out my ring finger, and then that's it. Okay. Then I do it. Then along with the chorus when I'm doing it. So that was with the interlude, right? With the chorus, it's basically the same thing except the chords change faster. So every only time will tell, I'm trapped inside ocean wow. 3, 2, 1, 5, 3, 2, 5, 3, 2, 3, 2, 1, and that's it. And then at the end there's that power strum where I pretend I'm a rock band. You notice I'm actually dampening it so that there's a more abrupt sound to it. And I kind of failed on that G. I should have. I remember noticing when I was playing the song. See, I pulled up on my left hand, but you can still hear the bass line there ringing on. So if I drop my pinky, I pause it, you know, so that it has more abrupt song. And then holds. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. An 8 count of holds on each of those. Okay, that's it. Now I'm going to play... I'm not sure how much of the song I'm going to play in slow motion. I think I'm going to play the whole thing because there's not that much duplication. So, all right. In slow motion, close up on my left hand so you can see everything I'm doing here now. Slow motion. 5, 6, 7, and intro. Sinking and suffocating, the walls are crumbling from within me. Something's best left unspoken, and still this truth has broken me. Can't believe it's true. No one to blame but you. Fateless and feeling lonely. No tears for this. I'll only cry to someone else the line that there's no one else. A story only time will tell. I'm trapped inside a wishing well, living as a ghost in my own hell. Trapped inside a wishing well. Enforce the years of hatred for everything I know to be the part of me. Too many prayers unanswered, too many questions seen as sin. Just quietly be given. Well, I never will again. The story only time will tell. I'm trapped inside a wishing well, living as a ghost in my own hell. I'm trapped never will again. The story only time will tell. I'm trapped inside a wishing well, living as a ghost in my own hell. I'm trapped inside a wishing well. Story only time will tell. I'm trapped inside a wishing well, living as a ghost in my own hell. I'm trapped inside a wishing well. Sorry. Six, seven, eight. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. That's it. See you Wednesday.